To create this picture, I decreased the size of this collage that I had created. This is about 2 by 3 inches. Put it onto photo paper, and for the frame, glued one of my trims. Here I'm using a GIMP. This is one of my faves. The foil is actually from, this is a candy wrapper from Ferrero Rocher. Smooth it out, cut it into strips, use regular glue to glue it on, press it in to the depressions, and let it dry thoroughly. To give it a more vintage look, I dabbed it with some brown paint, let it sit a minute or so, and wiped it back off, and that gave the antiquing look that you see. The lace is from my sister Jackie's collection, and the finials are beads, and they're glued onto a skewer. The coffee cups, this is the first for me, are just made out of air dry clay. We all had the brown coffee ceramic mugs, so I tried to duplicate those. Painted them with the brown paint, and to give them that shiny coat, used nail polish. The base of the coffee table is nothing more than the roller that this twine came off of, and so I just glued it back on so that that's the base. I glued a mirror on from Hobby Lobby, and the gold trim is from a chain that I had. The little side table came out of a pizza box. Glued another mirror onto it, and again the gold chain that I had. Now I love our little upholstered chairs. There are 5, and this is to represent my 2 sisters and myself and our 2 brothers. I decided on a cardinal because the folklore is when you see a cardinal, that means that someone is visiting you from heaven, and we lost our youngest sister in January. So I put cardinals on each of our chairs. I got the pattern from this is Bentley House Productions. If you go to her YouTube channel, you will see she will show you how to completely put her furniture together, and you can download the templates and create your own furniture. This is the wingback chair, but she has many other patterns that are easy to follow, and I thank her very much Era Bentley for sharing her creativity.
There.
One more thing about our chairs. The lap robes are from a quilt that our grandmother made many, many years ago. The quilt is probably almost as old as I am, if not older. It's a ratified little thing, but I do not get rid of it, and I use it for such things as this. So each of us has a lap robe and that from a quilt that our grandmother made. And you look at this and you see these tiny, tiny little stitches that she put in to this quilt. The binding you can see here is very worn, but you can still see her stitches in there. Now, getting to the cardinal, I wanted a blue background. Just for the sky, and our flooring is also matching the blue background, and the upholstery on the backs of the couches are also repeated in the walls. To create those cardinals, I found a drawing that I liked, very simple, and ran it off onto this transparency. I put that onto, this is just a regular piece of paper, and I used these transfer pins that I forgot I even had. So I used the transfer pins. I colored this deeply, and this is very faint now because I used this for several prints. Here are some of them. This is what's left after the 5 that are on the chairs. So I had about 10 or 11 cardinals. And all I had to do was iron it or paint it one time with the transfer pencils onto the paper, turn it over and press with a very hot iron, and I had my transfer. And then for the bills, of course, I had glitz it up a little bit, and I did with the glitter paint. So we have our cardinal chairs. There are 5 of those. They're covered, we're covered with our grandmother from many years ago, and we're visited by our little sister Jackie.